Before I start, your story just reminded me of one story. My dad was a big flirt with my mom's permission. And in one of his multiple trips to the emergency room here in Israel, the doctor came over to him and in her broken English, because we told her that he only spoke English and she wanted to speak directly to him. So she said, "Why did you come here?" So my dad looked up at her and said, "Because they told me this is where the pretty doctors were." My dad was a typical Bronx kid of the Depression era. He played stickball in the street and loved a good cream soda from the local soda fountain. When he grew older, he loved to go out dancing, play organized football and basketball, and sing along with Frank Sinatra. When he returned from the war, he went to college in Washington, where he met my mother. They were not a couple that, statistically speaking, should have lasted. On one hand, my father grew up without any religious education, as his parents had none to give him. On the other hand, my mother kept Shabbat and Kashrut and was intent on raising her kids that way. But love, respect, and compromise conquered all, and they were able to make it work for 63 years. I remember asking my dad, "Wasn't it hard for you that your kids were raised observant? You couldn't take them out to Saturday sports events or watch them play Little League?" And he replied simply, "I just wanted whatever made you kids happy." Although we are saying our final goodbyes today, in essence, it was many years ago that we lost the dad we grew up with. I used to love to play tennis with him, have him teach me the jitterbug, and watch him swing on the dance floor. Unfortunately, arthritis took away his ability to enjoy these favorite activities of his, and slowly, the dad who took care of us became the dad that we began to take care of. Becoming the caregiver for a parent enters one into an entirely new phase of their, quote, childhood. The experience can be powerfully emotional and can test one's patience as well, but it can also be a great opportunity to give back the love and care you once received. It can confuse the senses, playing two roles at once, being dad's caregiver and little girl at the same time. For a while, you can lose the child inside of you. You become more like a parent, and you long to return to the days when your parent took care of you. But it did happen, paradoxically, at the end, when my dad had returned to a stage most similar to his infancy. We would feed him and stroke him and kiss him. One morning, as he laid in his bed in discomfort, when I felt so badly that I could not make him more comfortable, that I could not do for him what he was always able to do for me, to just wrap his arms around me and make it all better. I did the only thing left that I knew how to do. I just rested my head on his chest and began to cry. And he put his arms on my back and said what I know to be, "I love you." And in that moment, time did not exist. Past, present, and future were blended, and all at once, I was taking care of Daddy, and he again was taking care of his little girl. One of my dad's greatest attributes is that he really knew how to make you feel loved, even after he had passed. When I sat with him at the Chevra Kadisha and I talked to him, I could feel him smiling at me and loving me. I felt his love radiating through to my core. Those who know me know that I loved watching and learning from the Oprah Winfrey Show. In one particular episode, she was talking about making children feel loved. She offered a litmus test that would always let the child know how you really felt about him. She said that a child looks to a parent and asks, "Do your eyes light up when I walk in the room?" Well, Dad, I would have to say that you passed this test with flying colors. I have always cherished the way your entire face lit up when I entered the room. I have always been sure of your love for me and all of your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. I have always felt it unconditionally, and I hope that I can honor that most precious gift that you gave me by being able to pass it on to my children. I love you.